guys, this is Lucy from Ride Property, and today I wanted to do a video on our first 12 months in a property. So I thought it was a good one to do because it's pretty much 12 months since we very much started taking action in our property business. We became accidental landlords about 3 to 4 years ago. We actually purchased our first buy-to-let property about 18 months ago now, just coming up to, about 18 months ago. But actually growing a business, creating rides, taking action, moving forward to grow ourselves in the business has been 12 months. So I wanted to mark that. I think it's important to do that. I also think it's important to just kind of look back on where you've come from, what you've learned, things that you can do differently going forward. But also, I thought it was a good video to do, hopefully, for anyone else out there who is just in the early stages of kind of setting up a business, or thinking about setting up a business. And hopefully this just might provide a little bit of kind of insight into things to expect. And this is definitely the view of Lucy and Steph Ingram, and in our eyes, in the world of kind of Ride Property, but hopefully some of it will resonate. So I want to keep it fairly snappy, which will be probably be a first for me if I do manage to do it. But so I just wanted to take 2 pros and 2 cons to our last year. Certainly the top 2 and the top 2 pros, the top 2 cons, going through the last 12 months, and how we found it. So moving straight in to the pros. So for us, the very top pro has absolutely hands down got to be the network. It's the people that we have met along the way within this last 12 months in our business, whether that's kind of down in the southwest, attending kind of local networking events, whether it's up in York with our kind of Blue Oak brethren up past the wall, up in York, and going up for our mastermind days and going up for networking days, and this whole new group of people that we've met up there, and whether it's London, the people that we've met through kind of Progressive, like I'm kind of just naming some property communities, there's way more, but for us in the last 12 months, they've been hugely influential to us and our growth, both as people but as a business. So the last 12 months, the people that we've met, the relationships that we've formed, friends, people that will be friends for life, really strong, inspirational people, like experts in their field across the board within property. And there's so many different aspects of property that we just continue to just be in awe of and learn more and more about every single day. And it is incredible. We've had our eyes completely kind of, prized wide open, and it's a really good, nice, kind of warm feeling to have, especially coming from a military background, having a military family since the age of 16. I'm now kind of nearly in the next week or so 35. And the military for me has been a huge part of my life. The community, that kind of family feel, looking out for each other, being on the same kind of path, being on the same wavelength. And actually the thought of when I do come to become, I do jump out of the military world and jump into the civilian world full time, which, I am coming towards the last stages of my career now. I've almost been in 20 years, the time is coming, but it's a nice feeling to know that we have met just an incredible bunch of people within the property community that go out their way to help us. They want to not only make themselves better, but they want to make other people around them better. They want to add value wherever they can, and that is what I want to do. I want to try and add value. I want to follow in the footsteps of so many people that I've met along the way. So that has got to be our number one, just people, absolutely people. They say it, it sounds like a cliche, It sounds corny, but property is absolutely a people business. No doubt about it. It's a people business. People buy from people. People want to be with the, you know, like-minded, strong, kind of motivated, driven, you know, take the time to educate themselves in their particular field. And, you know, it's you know, you just want to be around the same kind of like-minded people as yourself, you know, having our horizons completely, you know, broadened every single day. So yeah, absolutely number one for us is just people. Network has been incredible, absolutely incredible. Even just 12 months, some of the people we've met. So moving on then to pro number two, and you know, that has to be the kind of personal business growth and development that we found over the last 12 months, and it's been incredible. Again, like, I'll always kind of come back to it because, you know, I have been in the Navy since I was a very young girl, straight out of school. I was a reprobate. I was always in trouble. I did shit at my GCSEs. You know, and then I found the military and it gave me everything. It made me the person I am today, and I will always be so grateful for everything that the military gave me. It turned me into a horrible, snotty, gobby little teenager, into somebody that has got values and morals, and I am extremely dedicated to what I do. I know I have a very high work ethic, and you know, I know that things don't fall on your lap, and I'm not afraid of hard work, you know, and I'm loyal, and I've got integrity, and all these things have been given to me, and they've developed in me over the last 20 years in the military. So, you know, growth, and again, you know, coming from the military and coming from, you know, being a 16-year-old snotty teenager that didn't do anything in her GCSEs to, you know, joining the Navy, and, you know, first I was a bit of a shit and got in trouble all the time, and, you know, we won't go into that, but, you know, slowly but surely, with the right people around me, you know, and the right opportunities that were given to me, you know, I was able to kind of, you know, do a degree, and I didn't just do it, I got a first class honours in it. Who knew I had some brain cells, or not that I had brain cells, that I could apply myself. But again, the right people were around me to be able to guide me in that direction and support me along the way. So, you know, growth, personal growth has been a massive part of my life. And again, kind of, we found property in the last 12 months, and, you know, the people that we found within this network and community, and then, you know, that personal growth and business development and, you know, mindset development has just been exponential. And, you know, the opportunities to just learn and invest in education, and, you know, in your specific strategies, and learn new strategies, it's been, you know, it's been incredible, and we continue to just, you know, build that day in, day out. We want to become, you know, SMEs in our area, in our strategies, but we constantly want to learn. And like anything, property continues, it evolves constantly, day in, day out. There's, you know, there's new legislation that you need to know. There's new regulations, and, you know, things change constantly. The market's up, down. Like, what's, you know, it's something that, you know, it stimulates me massively. That it's, you know, we've come in pretty much clueless, and then all of a sudden it's getting to learn a brand new skill again, and it's hugely rewarding to feel like, you know, you are just, you know, you can just develop yourself in a whole new skill set. And, you know, property for us, we're hugely passionate about it. We find it extremely interesting. It's a great, you know, business model. You know, it gives you cash flow, you know, it gives you passive income. It gives you like long-term appreciation, like of wealth, of, you know, building assets. It's, you know, and like I already mentioned, it brings you a whole new network of people. But yeah, for us, number two absolutely has been that kind of personal growth of, you know, just kind of just expanding the brain of information. And that's not just been, you know, property specific. That's been kind of mindset, kind of that entrepreneurial mindset is completely changed. I don't know if it was always there for me, but it is absolutely there now, and the fire has absolutely been lit. So yeah, it gets me really excited thinking about kind of that growth mindset of, just the sky's the limit. And it's, for us, property, the last 12 months we have grown so much as people, absolutely as people in our own right, but as kind of property entrepreneurs, property kind of investors, we've grown so much, and there's still so much to learn. So moving on then, because I wanted this to be snappy, and it's not going to be. So the two cons. So there's always two. So every pro has a con, every upside has a downside, and two cons for us. Now I say cons. The necessities of growing a new business, and we get that, and we understand it, and we acknowledge it. But workload, absolutely, workload has been really challenging. We both felt full-time military, both serving. We both have busy jobs, so it's hard to be able to manage. Getting up kind of an hour earlier in the morning to be able to dedicate an hour worth of time purely to property, whether it's kind of not just going to not going to the canteen or the mess that we call it in the Navy to go and have your lunch at lunchtime, because you're actually going to quickly go and ring some agents, and you're going to try and book some viewings, or you want to book somebody in for a viewing in one of your properties, or you want to just have a conversation with somebody about something, and or it's the evenings when you finish, or it's the weekends, or it's the holidays. The workload has been tough. Now, we're not shy of hard work, and I am absolutely not shy of hard work, but I think you have to realise and you have to acknowledge that you need some time to be able to just switch off, because otherwise it's not sustainable, and it can become it can become kind of all consuming of your mind, and it can take over very easily. So workload has absolutely been a challenge that we've taken on. And like anything, if you kind of pre-plan, you structure your weeks, which we absolutely do, it can alleviate some of the challenge, and it can make it a little bit easier, but there's no getting around it. Property is not a get-rich-quick scheme or a get-rich-quick strategy. It takes time, it takes dedication, and you could say it's a slow burner, but you're not just going to kind of throw some seeds down and you're going to have loads of trees within a couple of days. That's just not how it works. So I think as long as you understand that, and that I need to be able to dedicate X amount of hours every single day for the next 10 to 20 years to be able to grow something that will allow me to have the lifestyle that I choose when it gets to that point. So you can buy back those choices, you can buy back that time. You've created an asset base that is going to return you kind of time and time again. So, but workload, absolutely, it's tough. You have to be able to manage it correctly. I think you have to recognise, for instance, social media. Social media is a massive part of our business, getting the message out, telling people what you do, kind of, getting investors coming into you saying, God, I'm absolutely loving it. I want to invest in you right now. Or people that just go, do you know what? We could work together. We share the same vision. Our values align. But social media, you're only ever going to be able to tell people what you do by doing content, getting it out there, and it takes time. It can become all consuming if you let it. So I take 24 hours off every single week from social media. I just do not allow myself to go off it. I turn all the notifications off on my phone. I take the little logo apps to the back page of my iPhone, and I just have 24 hours off. So yeah, I think as long as you know and you have ways around of how to manage that workload, and whether that's kind of on a Sunday afternoon, you say, right, we are not doing property for the next 4 hours, we are going to just switch off, then I think that's, again, it's a powerful tool to be able to do, because it's funny, you go from your kind of 8 to 5 or 8 to 6 or 9 to 5 job, and then you want to kind of create something, and you want to become an entrepreneur, and you want to be your own boss, and all of this stuff, and be be in charge of your own destiny, and put the work in, that you're going to get the equal kind of return on, to measure the workload that you put in. But in essence, it means that you end up working 24/7, because that is especially in the beginning, then that is absolutely going to be the case, which is why you need to be passionate about what you do. Because for us, we are so driven and motivated and passionate and excited about property, and everything that we are doing at the minute, we are genuinely genuinely buzz from it. So I think you absolutely have to do something that you are passionate about. Otherwise, it is not sustainable, because the workload will just become work. It'll be an absolute draw. It'll be a drain on you, and you will not want to do it. Con number two is, I would say, mindset. So just to finish off, mindset, I think, but with this one, it's a pro and it's a con. So it's both, and I think it's how you look at things and how you manage things. But from a kind of a negative kind of point of view, if you let it be, it can be overwhelming. It can be, if you don't kind of manage your time properly, you can feel like you're constantly fighting fires. Every single day you're being reactive, and you're trying to switch from one thing to the next. So it can very easily become overwhelming for your mind. So it's important to take that break, and to just try and be present, and to recognise that feeling when it comes. But mindset, from personal experience from the last 12 months of times where I have struggled a little bit, and I'm human, so I would be lying if I said that every single day was roses, and it's all water off a duck's back every single day when you come up against another rejection from either a landlord or a vendor or an agent, and you had the phone slammed down on you for the 5th time, or you feel like you have imposter syndrome, and why would anybody ever want to invest in me, and why would anybody want to kind of joint venture and going forward, why would anyone want to give me their house, why would all of this stuff. And it's the constant rejections, the imposter syndrome, and maybe like the people around you, like your family. Not that we've ever had any experience of family kind of being like this, but maybe your inner circle of friends or colleagues are kind of constantly questioning what you're doing. Like, why are you doing that? And maybe not being as supportive as they could be. And it's just all this mindset stuff it's constantly stretching you to have to deal with it, and that can definitely be challenging. But on the flip reverse, people buy people, people relate to people, and property is absolutely a people business. And it's a cliche thing to say, but it totally is. So if you feel like you have imposter syndrome because you feel like, oh God, I've not been doing this for 20 years, why would anybody ever want to invest in me? But actually, no, it's like you could have been doing it for 20 years, and you can be the grumpiest bastard in the world, and you could have never actually taken any action, and you've not ever really been successful. You might have all the experience, but you've never acted on it, and you haven't necessarily got the same drive and motivation and passion and work ethic that somebody that maybe has only been doing it for a year has got. So, don't ever sell yourself short, because actually, even if you haven't got all the experience in the world, it definitely doesn't mean that people are not going to want to work with you and see something in you that, they like, they know, they trust. So, and then this is something that I absolutely tell myself, and it really, really does go a long way. And again, it's just that mindset stuff that we'd be lying, and I'd be lying if I say that hasn't been something that we've had to deal with, and I've had to deal with this year, certainly in the last 12 months. So I think that's it. 2 pros, 2 cons, last 12 months in property, what we've kind of experienced, and what we feel are the 2 biggest kind of good points and bad points. hopefully that's kind of resonated with some people. I hope so. I would love to hear from any of you guys if you agree with any of these points that I've kind of chatted about, or if you completely disagree, or you've had different experiences. We all have different experiences. No one's wrong, no one's right. This is just purely from our perspective. I hope that's been helpful. If anybody is kind of feeling a little bit the same in some ways, even just to listen to somebody else that kind of, you know, has the same problems, and that, you know, we share problems together, we share the good times, we share the bad times. And if you like the video, please like it, please comment, please subscribe. I'm trying to get a bit better with my tech, so please subscribe. And yeah, whatever you do, remember, just enjoy it, enjoy the ride, enjoy what you do, be passionate, and it will be a breeze. Because if you like what you do, you'll get up every single day out of bed with a jump in your step. It won't be work, it will be your passion. And I truly believe that. So yeah, enjoy the ride, guys. Have a great day, whatever you're doing, and catch you next time. See you later. Bye bye.